Welcome to the Tipsy Two.
Yeah. Hi guys, it's Jen and Rebecca from the Tipsy Two. We are finally back. It's been forever since we've actually done a podcast. Rebecca is really upset because when we first start the podcast, usually she's always like, hello! And I told her not to do that tonight.
But I feel like it's our signature, and that's what we are known for.
Okay. Hello, everybody.
So we were in a new studio, might I add.
Oh, we are, aren't we?
Yeah. So It's pretty bare bones right now, but I feel like
it will get better as the time goes on. It will get messy later on down the road. That we're going to start with is we always start with our signature drink.
Of course.
And we've been drinking a little bit of it before we started. So, but what is it, Rebecca?
Well, I've never even seen it before, but I went to the store to grab some ice and I saw this Crystal Light. It's 0 sugar. It's a sparkling lemonade. It is vodka refresher. And I was like, what is this? Because like you said, we both drank Crystal Light back when Crystal Light was kind of a popular thing to drink. But it has no sugar, no carbs, and it's gluten-free, which I'm saying yes to all of that.
Now, Rebecca's just drinking the Crystal Light, but I have Tito's and I used it as a mixer for mine. It is very good. So
reason why we were really inspired to actually start the pod this week is because you were on the verge of telling me this tragic date that you went on. I know you're hesitant, but I said, just save it for the pod. Just save it for the pod. So, what happened? Tell me everything. Because I feel like I remember you telling me a little bit about this guy that was really sweet. You've known him for a really long time. He is just like maybe not fully physically your type, which I'm really trying to get you to get over that because you're not young. So Why are we always looking for the hot guy in the room? I don't know, because that's not always the best match.
My problem is, and I don't know how many other people, but I feel like there's a lot of other people out there, is like, I've always gone for the bad boy. So, and look where that's gotten me. I like bad boys. I like motorcycles. I like all that good stuff. But it's not gotten me really too far. Well, we were talking back and forth for a while. I went to school with him and he was recently divorced. And, but so he was just like, what are you doing next weekend? Do you want to do something? And my current situation is a situationship. So you know what? I just decided that, you know what? I'm going to go and just...
You are single. You're not in a relationship.
I'm not in a relationship.
You're single as a Pringle.
Okay.
Period.
So, anyway. So he asked me to go out of town, and I was like, whoa. Like, out of town?
Red flag.
Like, out of town. You don't want to just go to the local bar and have a drink? Like, what?
I mean, what kind of a commitment is out of town entail these days?
I don't even know, because the dating scene is so horrific, and I'm going to be almost 50, and I'm like, oh my God. Like, seriously?
Yeah.
So I thought,
is that common for a first date out of town?
The only reason that I did it is because I've known him forever.
Okay.
Like, I've known him forever. Like, it wasn't like a blind date or anything like that.
Gotcha.
So I've known him forever, and finally he was
he's not like a full psycho.
Right. Okay. Fleetwood Mac tribute band is playing
I should have thought of that.
Up at the lake. And I was like, Fleetwood Mac in the lake? What? Oh my God, so great. So I was like, okay. So
I'm sure you were like, I don't know. Okay.
He's like, well, we'll just get a room up there. And I'm like, whoa, calm down there, Becca. Like, seriously.
Like 2 rooms, 2 separate hotels altogether.
Hotel rooms? Like,
potentially 2 separate islands.
Yeah. So and I said, listen, I will absolutely do that. I am not looking for a boyfriend. I am not looking for a hookup. I am not looking for any funky, I don't care what it is. I would just like to go up with you, have a good time, and
no labels.
No labels, nothing like that. So he's like, absolutely,
they're always so understanding to get you there.
And so, we're in the truck and we're riding up there, and I'm still like, I don't know, like, I gotta go to the bathroom. No, I'm just joking. So diarrhea. And so we stopped at the Harley dealership up by the lake. Of course,
I knew the bike had to come into play.
I didn't do it. He wanted to go do that. And I was like, he had to order a part for his bike or whatever. And let me back up. When I got to his house, he had handed me a bag, and inside of it had a pink Harley t-shirt. And I was like, oh my God, is that for me? And he's like, yeah, I got that for
Gifts
you. And I was
already.
like, what? I'm leaving. What does this mean? But he honestly was just like, I just saw it and I thought you would like that. And I was like, oh my God, thank you so much. I'm not used to getting gifts. Like, I've never.
He's going to go all out and you ain't going to put out.
So anyway, we're at the holiday and we're having a good time. He's ordering I'm looking at the clothes and all this. And he's like, I said, oh, I like this shirt. I was like, is it wrong that I was like, maybe I should trade the pink one in that you got me on this shirt?
No, you are such an a-hole.
Really?
Yeah.
Do you think that was wrong?
Yeah.
Why?
Because he put a lot of thought and effort into what he thought you would like. You should just graciously accept the gift and not be like, can I get a refund? Or do you still have the receipt? Or I like the orange better than the pink.
I didn't want a refund. I just really liked the other shirt. And he's like, are you serious? He's like, just get it. I'm going to buy it for you. I'm like, no, you're not. Like, I did not want him to buy me anything like that. Like, I did not want him to buy me anything. I went to the dressing room and I said, well, let me try it on. And it was super cute. And I was like, no, I'm not doing this. It's like $70. No way. So I was like, I don't like the way it fit. So he was like, okay, no problem. He's like, you want a hat or something? I'm like, oh, no. So we went to up by the lake and I knew a place up there and we went in there and, we got a drink and I was like, I'll take a double Tito's. And he was like, wow. And I'm like, yeah, right.
Somebody wants to get lucky.
No. So we ordered lunch. We had good conversation. He likes to gamble. I like to gamble. So they had like a machine there. We were doing all that. Then it was like, well, now what? And he's like, oh, I guess we should go back to the room. And I'm like,
wait, did you guys see the band or?
No, not yet.
Oh.
So we went back to the hotel room.
To freshen up.
Literally. I walked into the room and
a bed of petals of rose
I reluctantly said yes, okay, to one room, but only if it's two beds. Like 2 beds, because I didn't want him to have to pay for another room. And I knew that nothing was absolutely going to happen. I knew that in my head, like that was not happening. So I walked into the room. I immediately put my bag on this side of the bed, and he was over here, and I got on this side of the bed. And I'm like,
this makes me want a power drink. I'm so freaking out.
I was like, let's hurry up and get ready, Not feeling it, like we were not like
clicking,
like we just weren't talking. And now, mind you, I was not looking to click. But I feel like we were running out of things to talk about.
Awkward, yeah.
So then I was like, I started feeling like I want to leave. Like this is not. I'm uncomfortable. Like I don't want to be here. So my girlfriend calls me and she's like, "What are you doing?" And I'm like, and I just telling her it really quickly, and she's like, "Oh my God, Jennifer." And I'm like, "Yeah." And she's like, "Do you want me to come up?" I'm like, "Yes." I'm like, "Yes, come up. That would be great." I was like, you could sleep in my bed with me.
Oh my God, you can't invite her to the bedroom.
Why?
Because he paid for it.
It doesn't matter.
Not for you to invite all your friends.
He was fine with it. I asked him and he was like, yeah, more the merrier. I'm like, okay, what does that mean?
Menage a trois.
So she gets up there an hour and a half later and I'm like, thank you. Hi. I love you. I'm petting her. And so I was like, well, we take her car back to the hotel so she could change. And then we take an Uber downtown. And we got back down there and the band wasn't where it was supposed to be. And so we went to go see another band and we got there. And long story short, it just was like the most awkward situation. Like I lost my freaking debit card. I didn't have, I thought it was in my bag at the hotel room and I must have left it in my car, which by the way, I did. So I had like a little bit of cash on me, but then I didn't have any more cash. So I told him, I was like, hey, can you give me some cash? And I'll Venmo you. Like I'll Venmo you right now. Like I picked up my phone. I'm like, look, I'm going to Venmo you this much. Just, can you give me the cash for it? And he was just very reluctant. And he was like, well, you don't need any money. I told you don't need money.
Yeah.
And that didn't sit well with me because of my prior relationship with money and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Like, it just was just like, no, I'm not okay with that. I don't want to have to ask for money. I don't want to have to ask for a drink when I'm ready. I don't want you to have to decide when it's time for me to have a drink or a shot.
Yeah.
Like, I didn't like that at all. And when I get weird and awkward, I shut down. Like I literally just shut down. So I was sitting at the table and I was just like, and so we were all just sitting there and finally I was like, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. And
he's
so
like, back to the hotel? Or like back to Mansfield?
So we called an Uber and we went back downtown. the Uber driver, we were like, where's another place that's fun that we could go to? And he's like, most of them are closed. So we went to this one bar, and it was the worst bar ever. And some girl was standing on the table and like twerking, and the song, you know that song, My Neck, My Back.
Oh my God, yeah.
Okay, so that was playing like blaring. Like, I don't know that I want to get a drink here. I'm afraid I might get roofied or something. And she's
100%.
like, yeah, so we were watching it. So finally I was like, I'm done. I'm over the night. Like, let's just go. He got on his side, and my girlfriend and I got on our side, and he like whips out, like he brought along his.
I mean, is he touching you?
No,
okay.
not even. Like I was putting off a vibe
down.
like, like here's my wall, here's my box, stay away from that. So he brought along his what's it called? His CPAP.
Oh my God. His breathing machine at
His
night?
breathing machine.
Okay.
You know, we immediately, her and I get into bed, and he goes to bed. And
I can already
like,
tell you two are immediately spooning.
Like I told her, I was like, I'm gonna spoon you so hard tonight. And she's like, shut up. So we're like both laying like this, facing each other, staring at each other.
TikToking.
And he
scrolling.
And he is just like going to town. Like I'm a snorer too. So like he probably heard me or something, but it was so
violent.
Like we didn't even sleep all night long. We just laid awake and stared at each other.
Oh my God, what a nightmare.
So I didn't realize, but he had booked for 2 nights. And he was like, that night he was like, tomorrow we can go do this, and then blah, 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 and then we'll go home
You didn't
on
realize
Monday.
it was a full weekend
And
situation?
No. So 7 o'clock rolls around, and Heidi and I are both up, and we're both like, up. And she's like, I'm going home. I'm like, no, you're not. You're not going home. So she's like, yes, I am. She's like, packing your bag, and she's like, just come with me. I'm like, I'm not going to leave him here, like, sneak out. Like,
well,
and
here's
I love
the funny
him
part
dearly.
is that I think I remember you telling me about this guy because you think his brother's hot.
Oh my God.
Again, he's never going to see this. He's never going to see this.
Anymore. I was just like, I want to go home. And he was like,
did you develop a stomach issue or something?
No, I just was like, I started packing my bag up, and I'm like, I'm ready to go back. And he's like, oh, well, I don't know if I can get like, let me go down and see, if I can get a refund. And I'm like, okay, that's fine. And then I was like, I will totally pay you for the second night. Like, not a problem at all. Like, I'm just not, I just need to go home. Like, I'm uncomfortable, and I just really want to go. I don't have my debit card with me. I don't like not having money with me,
right.
I'm just ready to go. So they couldn't refund him, and I was ready to go, like, when he came out of the room.
God,
and
all your stuff.
So we like go and we leave, and it's silence the whole way home.
Oh my God.
It's silence the whole way home. So that was that, and I'll probably never, not that it was a date, but go on another date in my life, because that was terrifying. Like, I just feel like I'm going to be single for the rest of my life, because
that's not true.
I don't know where to go. Now I know what I want and what I don't want.
Well, that's half
You know
the battle.
what I mean?
Yeah.
And finding that person is like
a needle in a haystack.
So
luckily for you, what you have going on for yourself is that you're very, very social. You're very approachable.
I am.
You're very funny. You're very likable.
Correct.
A good opportunity to meet the right one. You just haven't yet.
Right.
I feel like there needs to be a particular social setting.
Yeah.
That would be helpful with that.
That's funny that you say that, Rebecca. It's so funny that you say that.
I find it to be funny.
So you guys probably know, like, in our past podcasts, we are always like looking for the next business venture. So Rebecca came to me yesterday when we went to lunch together with a new venture for us. Rebecca, would you like to talk about it?
I wouldn't. I'm thirsty.
She's like, I have a new idea. I think this would go where we live. What do you think about this? So she proceeds to tell me that she's like, Jen, why don't we, because with the businesses that we have, we're always out like at different venues and different bars, restaurants, businesses, and stuff like that.
Yeah.
So we've made so many friends and contacts with those.
Yeah. A lot of networking.
After she told me this, and I thought about it, I'm like, you know what? This actually might be kind of cool. But she was like, let's do a matchmaking business or like a speed dating business. Like not even a business, but just like a
host events
for something like that. And at first I was like, what?
I know.
And then I started thinking about it because she was like, well, this, that, and the other. And I was like, you know what? That's actually a really good idea.
Yeah. I mean, the startup on it can't be that much. You know,
No.
it's not going to be a huge financial investment to get it off and running.
Right.
It's mostly going to be our hustle, blood, sweat, and tears, and some investigating and, you know, talking to people, talking to venues, talking to singles.
But I mean, I think it's such a good idea. Like we
don't have anything like it in our area. So
no, we're kind of like based right in between Cleveland and Columbus. So in our like Cleveland has speed dating, Columbus does, but the area that we're in really doesn't have anything like that. And I think that a lot of
it's such a need.
I think it is. Yeah. But the more that I think about how many girlfriends do you have, or people that you know that are single and like are, you know, they just go out to meet guys. Like there's a ton of them, right?
Wildly unsuccessful at it.
Right.
And him that I have successfully matchmade already once. I have a girlfriend I'm very close with. My husband had a friend, and I immediately thought that the two of them would be a good fit. And I introduced them within 30 days. They were within 3 days. Okay, day one, they slept together because that's the connection. Okay. At my house, I will never forget. 3 days later, they actually started dating. 30 days later, they got engaged. I was in their wedding. They have been married now for probably 15 years. They have 2 kids and an alpaca farm. I mean, I'm kind of already good at it.
It is a good idea because there's so many people that I have friends and stuff that are single, and I'll go out with them and I'll be like, this is so stupid. Like this is dumb.
Well,
like,
you do the dating apps too, though. Like
I got on them, but I'm like, this is stupid. But I do have girlfriends that do them a lot, and they're scary. Like I don't want to go and meet. I have a girlfriend that goes and meets like guys, like when she meets, like she went down to West Virginia to go on this guy's boat, and I'm like, he could like, you don't know him. He could like
what in the Titanic?
Put your feet in cement and throw you in the water. Like, and the way that we were thinking of doing it is just going out to like venue owners that we know and telling them what we're thinking. And, you know, a lot of them will probably be like, yeah, that's a great day. Hey, what's your slowest night of the week? Let us come in here and, you know, put together this event and have people pay for it up front, you know, like, you know, so that we know how many people we have, how many matches there could possibly be.
Yeah, and I feel like their money would just go into an escrowed account. And then if, I don't know exactly how, but I feel like that if we didn't have enough participants, then their money would just go back to them.
Right.
I haven't told my husband this brilliant idea yet. He will immediately think I'm going to be looking for a plan B. I know, Chuck's like, here we go.
But I feel like if we went out like to 10 of our girlfriends that were single, I feel like most of them would be like, that's a good idea.
I could approach one girl and be like, bring all your single girlfriends. Like, yes. Because, I mean, we could even have fun theme nights like Masquerade, and don't even get me started on like a Valentine's Day thing.
Oh,
sure.
yeah.
All the fun, can be had.
I mean, I don't know. I think it's a good idea, and I think it's something that we should pursue.
Oh,
I don't know. We are definitely going to pursue that.
This guy. He is so ready for us to fail. Meanwhile, we're going to auction him off.
We could have an auction, like a male and female auction.
Yes. How embarrassing. I could never do that. I will be hiding. I will hide.
We're going to start the auction out at $4.55. We can be responsible for just one couple.
Oh, we're going to their wedding for sure.
Yeah, we have to say that we have to
be invited.
Be invited to the wedding.
Preferably destination wedding. Like Fiji or something.
And, you know, if we can be, you know, responsible for one, you know, person or 2 people like getting together, whether they end up like best friends or, you know, a couple. Yeah. How cool would that be? I think that would be fun. To have those
success stories would be so amazing that we were held responsible for it.
Yeah.
Because trust me, when my friend that got married and I was in their wedding and I knew that, and like every now and again when she'll have like an anniversary, she'll like shout me out as the one that introduced her to her husband. It does feel good.
Right.
To think that I have made a happy little family.
Yeah.
Because I knew her personality traits and what she was looking for and what she wasn't doing well at with guys. And Chuck knew more about his friend, but I just knew that he would be the perfect guy for her.
Yeah.
And they just hit it off right off the bat.
Yeah.
I was so excited.
Well, and he brought up the subject of like, okay, you're going to get this kind of person or
40
this kind
creepy
of guys.
guys.
But no, you're not. Like, you could still do, like, you don't know, like, you don't, I mean, and we could do different kinds. Like, you know, like the first couple ones, we could see how it goes. And then, okay, tonight is for LGBTQ, you know,
Seniors.
or seniors. Like, how many, oh my gosh, how many older people do you know that are single?
Besides my mom and your dad?
My dad, your mom, who will never go out and
never
even begin to look for anybody.
My mom has 7 friends on Facebook. She ain't going nowhere.
My dad doesn't even have a Facebook. He's still using my mother's.
He is on MySpace.
On MySpace. So, like, yeah, I mean, we can hit up like the Elks and the Legion and the Eagles and all those, because those potentially are the places that are lonely. Like, people there are lonely and bored and single and want to connect with somebody. So I don't know. We're gonna see how it goes, and
I feel like we're gonna bring you along.
And by bring you along, we're literally going to record
We'll do some TikToks at some of our venues and get people excited.
See what you guys think.
So if you're not following the Tipsy Two on TikTok, you should do that.
Absolutely.
Of course, on YouTube, Spotify, all the fun things.
Okay. Thanks, guys. See you next time.
Bye.